Hello everyone, my name is Katie and I am the Introverted Reader, and today's video is really just one I thought of at last minute, but I have a lot of books that are still unread on my shelf, and I thought to myself, I was like, you know what, let me just show everybody all the books that I really just want to get to. Hopefully, God willing, this year I will get to some of these. But I just want to read them. I just want to read them, and it's just been way too long. The first is a bunch of short stories, and I've been meaning to get to them for the longest, and it's Ghosts of the Shadowhunter Market by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, Kelly Link, and Robert Wasserman. And yeah, obviously this is a short story collection within the Shadowhunter world. I actually think I have the first two short stories downloaded onto my Kindle. I read the Bane Chronicles a long time ago. They were okay. Tales from Shadowhunter Academy were really, really good. And this right here is the next collection after. I don't think I'll get the whole thing read right away, but maybe like once in a while I will read one once in a while. Apparently somebody told me you had to have some of these read before you read Chain of Gold, but I read Chain of Gold anyway. I didn't care. But I do want to read at least some of these. How many are there? I think there's maybe like 10 in here. I'm not entirely sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. There's 10 short stories in here, so I want to read at least a couple. Maybe not like in the next month or so, but hopefully soon. The next book that I really want to read soon is Life of Riley, Beginner's Luck by Simon James Green. And I know what you're thinking. You have a Simon James Green book on your shelf that you haven't immediately read and reviewed yet. Who are you? You're a fake fan. Cancelled. But no, it's true. I just haven't had the time, and I keep thinking to myself, I should really get this onto my like next TBR, because it's only a little short middle grade, and all I know is it's a boy called Riley, and he's like the most unlucky boy in the world, and knowing Simon, it's gonna be absolutely hilarious. So I will 100% get to this very soon. Don't know when, God willing, this year, maybe in the next few months, but it's definitely on my radar. The next one I want to read is kind of another collection of, I'm not sure if they're like essays or short stories or what, but it's Feminists Don't Wear Pink and Other Lies, Amazing Women on What the F Word Means to Them, curated by Scarlett Curtis. And it's basically just a bunch of just essays and thoughts by a bunch of different amazing women. Let me see who's all in here. We've got Zoe Sugg, we've got Olivia Perez, we've got Lydia Wilson, Keira Knightley, Emma Watson. Let me see. Who else? Amika George, Angela Yee, Charlotte Elizabeth. There's a whole list of women here, but like, I don't know what this is, but like, I just want to read more books about feminism and just, read up more on the subject. So I might read it. Hopefully we'll get to this in the next few months. The next one I want to read is fictional, obviously, and it's written by an Asian author, and I saw the cover of this, and then I read the synopsis, and then I was like, I have to. It's The Girl King by Mimi Yu, and basically it is about these two sisters, and one of them is in line to become the first female emperor, but then out of nowhere, this random male relative comes out of nowhere, and they basically have to, the one who is in line to take the throne kind of has to like flee the court in search of an ally. Her quest leads her to Nokai, the last surviving wolf shapeshifter. After years in hiding, Noka's forced into an uneasy alliance with a girl whose family killed everyone he ever loved. Now they need an army to take back the throne. So one sister is trying to get her throne, the other one is left behind in the court to like fend for herself, and that's really there's a wolf shapeshifter. So I don't know what this could entail, but it's written by an Asian author, and I really want to read more books by like Asian authors and just more books by authors of color in general. But like, yeah, it's just been on my shelf for way too long, and I really would like to read it in the next few months. The next one that I really, really want to read in the next few months or so is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. Now, I am hoping to do a reread of the Grishaverse as a whole, because obviously the TV show is coming out in April, and also as well, this has just been unread on my shelf for way too long. And I did a poll on my Twitter to see if anybody wanted to buddy read the Grishaverse with me, and a lot of people said that they would like to. So if you would like to buddy read the Grishaverse with me and read this as well, just get ready so that I can get myself ready to read this. And as well, you know, I mean, I'm not really like counting the days to the TV show or anything, but I would just like to refresh my memory in order to read this. So if anybody would like to join me for that, you're more than welcome. In the next few months, hopefully I can get to this and we can read that together. Okay, so the next one is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi. Now, the only books that I have read by Tahereh Mafi is the Shatter Me series. I haven't read anything else by her, and I adore her writing. Her writing is so beautiful and poetic, and I just need to read this one because I got it ages ago and it's just way too long. So it's basically a contemporary story about this young Muslim girl, and it's set sort of a year after the tragedy of 9/11. And, you know, she's just trying to live her life, and she's just facing a lot of animosity and racism and Islamophobia. And, you know, like she just, she kind of sort of tries to deal with all of that, like the pain and everything to do with everything that people have been saying about her by putting it into her dancing. Well, breakdancing, I think. Yeah. So, yeah. That's really, it just says, a powerful and heartrending novel about fear, first love, and the devastating impact of prejudice. So I think it'll be really important for me to read. So I really want to get to it soon. The next one I want to read is written by a trans author, and it's Birthday by Meredith Russo. I realize that there's a sticker on here, but stickers are a nightmare to get off books. So if anybody has any tips on how to get a sticker off books without leaving residue, let me know. But anyway, this is about two, no, they're not twins. They're, meet Eric and Morgan, born on the same day, at the same time, in the same place. They've always shared this one day together, but as they grow up, they begin to grow apart. Everyone expects Eric to get a football scholarship, but no one knows he's having second thoughts. Former quarterback Morgan feels utterly alone as she wrestles with a difficult choice to live as her true self. Both of them are struggling to be the person they know they are. Who better to help than your best friend? So that's really all I know about that. But again, it's written by a trans author, and I want to read more books by trans authors. And like, look at these pages. Look at these. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, it's the same sort of pattern that's on the birthday candle there. Oh, love that. It's not all the way around. I don't know why, it's just there, but it's still pretty, and I still really want to read it. So anyway, the next book that I want to read is another LGBTQ book, and it's What If It's Us by Becky Albertelli and Adam Silvera. I've only read one book by each of these authors, and this is about a meet cute between these two boys. They meet each other in a post office. One of them is just broken up from his boyfriend, and the other one is like moving out of his old apartment or something. I can't remember. But they meet at a post office and they hit it off, and then they don't see each other again. And it's kind of like, are they going to get back together? Are they going to ever see each other again? So yeah, I really, really want to read this. So because I've never read a book written by these two authors before. So I want to see how this good author duo turns out. Now, the next little pile. The next one is by an author that is very, very popular here in these parts, and it's Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Like, Robin Hobb is being read and loved by everyone on this platform. Like, there's even a readathon dedicated to all her books. And I don't even feel like, I feel like I know more about this book already without having read it. But it follows a man called Fitz. He is the bastard son of the king. Then the king abdicates his throne, and he is kind of like brought in to be trained as an assassin. And that is the basis of all I know. And like, this cover is absolutely gorgeous. And like, this is the shorter of all her books. Like, I've seen some of her other books, and like, they're thick boys, like thick with 2 C's. But yeah, I would really like to read some of Robin Hobb's work, and hopefully I'll love it as much as everybody else. The next one that I want to read, that I will hopefully, I don't think I'll read it in March because I already have my TBR set up for March, I know. Maybe I'll read this in April, maybe we'll make it a book club pick, but City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Now, again, this is very, very popular. This is a very popular trilogy here in these parts, and I really just need to get up off my ass and read it already. I might see if I can get the audiobook because she's quite thick and the font is quite small. But yeah, again, I don't know what's about. This girl sets loose a djinn. She doesn't believe in magic at first and accidentally sets a djinn free, and she has to, you know, get it back in there, I suppose. Again, it just says, be careful what you wish for. Again, I would like to get to it in the next few months. The next one I want to read is an LGBTQ one, and that is Boy Queen by George Lester. Again, I follow this man on social media, and I have the audacity to have his book and having not read it yet. It's a sin, I tell you. But yeah, basically it's about this boy called Robin, and you know, he had it all figured out, a future on Broadway, top secret boyfriend, and 2 ride or die best friends. Then all his worst nightmares come true. Now his life is a hot mess. With nothing left to lose, Robin falls wake first into glittering embrace of drag and comes face to face with the queen he was always meant to be. So it's about a boy who becomes a drag queen. We live, we love. Hopefully I'll get to that very soon. The next one is a fantasy, I believe, like fantasy dystopian, but it's also LGBTQ, and that is Black Wings Baiting by Alex London. Again, it's about these 2 twins, and one of them wants to be a falconer. The other one does not, I don't think. He just wants to live with his boyfriend and live his life. But again, that's really all I know about this. But like, I just want to read it because I haven't read enough dystopians that are also LGBTQ. I feel like there's very few of them. So hopefully I'll read this in the next few months and I will love it. The next one that I have, and I cannot believe I haven't read it already, is The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. This is a story about a young boy who also discovers the art of drag and sort of like starts to live as his true self, you know, just being a drag queen. And it's written in verse, so I might get the audiobook for it, but again, I just need to hurry up and read it, okay? Like, it's been way too long. Maybe for Pride Month, I'll just grab all of these LGBTQ books that I have and get it over with. The next book is written by an author that I adore. I read so many of her books last year and I just fell in love with them, and it's Meat Market by Juno Dawson. It's a story about a girl who wants to become who is a model, I believe. Jana Novak is tall, gangly, sick to death of comments about her androgynous looks until she's unexpectedly scouted as a model and catapulted to stardom. So yeah, she becomes a model and then just sees how ugly that world can be and just sort of grappling with all those. So yeah, and like the cover, we love, like it's lovely. Normally I have a thing about faces on covers, but this one works. This one works. So again, hopefully during Pride Month, maybe I'll get to that. And the last one that I want to read is Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez. This is supposed to be like a gay version of Grease. And Grease is one of my favorite TV show or favorite musicals of all time. And it's a sin. It's almost homophobic that I haven't read this. Like, these 2 boys, they meet over the summer holidays. One thinks it was a romance. And then they get back to school. You know, he's like the new guy at school, and he sees the boy again. But the boy he spent the summer with is just completely different. He's just a complete asshole. And, you know, he's just sort of like, is this the real him? Or did I see the real him at the beach? Like, what's going on? So kind of just like goes from there. And I'm really, really hoping to read to it soon. So yeah, those are some books that I hope to get to in the next couple months. Again, let me know if you want to do a reread of the Grishaverse with me. My birthday is at the end of this month, so be expecting maybe a book haul for that coming soon at the end of the month. But anyway, so yeah, let me know what books you have planned to get to in the next couple of months. Do you want to buddy read any of these with me? Let me know. Twitter, Instagram, down below as always, and subscribe if you're new, and ring the bell. Ring that bell. That bell's important. That gives you the notification to know that I've uploaded. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.